Yo, what's good, Gen Nation? How's everybody doing out there today? Everyone in the Twitch world. If you're watching this on YouTube, appreciate you. Hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, and throw a comment down below and tell us what you think. Join the discussion. Also, if you got questions for me, put it in the comments, and I'll answer it in the next episode. And if you join us live, I can answer some questions live as well. But this is, if you don't know, the Multiversal podcast. This is going to be episode 3. And yeah, we got a lot to talk about. I'm gonna try to get through it as quick as possible. But if you guys got questions, we'll dive into we'll dive in, and hopefully I can provide some answers for you. But we're going to be discussing a little bit of the state of play. I guess a lot of it of the state of play, because it was decent. It was nothing crazy, but we'll get into that. And some of the big news in the entertainment world as well. So solid show. We got a solid show for you today. So stay tuned. I think we're gonna let's get the corporate stuff out of the way. So again, this is the Multiversal podcast, episode 3. And if you want to get some merch, all merch will support the GGEN crew. It'll help us provide a better experience for you, the viewer, the listener, the watcher on YouTube and everywhere else, TikTok. So with that being said, here's a couple items of merch that is available, and the link will be in the description below, and you can always do command merch in chat whenever you want, and it'll pop up the link for you. You can get shorts, shirts, cups, phone cases, whatever your heart desires. And there'll be more stuff coming soon as we continue to grow, but the option is there for you. Also, if you don't know, we are on every podcast channel that we could possibly be on at this point, I believe. Obviously the heavy hitters, I would say, Spotify, Amazon, Apple, Player FM, iHeartRadio, Odyssey, I'm sorry, Google Podcasts, Ghana, Boomplay, and Deezer. I would imagine those ones are more for the international listener, but we are all over the map, all over the globe. So if you don't have the time to watch and get the visual experience, you want to listen in the car while you're driving to work or coming home from work, these options are available to you. They're usually live on the channel, I want to say like 24 to 48 hours after the episode airs. So Mr. Buttersworth says you need a train wreck shirt the next time you are all together. I will put something together the best I can to make that happen. That's a great idea. I can already visualize having our logos like in a couple of our logos in one train, a couple of the logos in another train, and they're just smashing into each other or something. We'll figure something out. That's a great idea. But yeah, so if you want to listen back, we are on most of the heavy hitter podcast channels. We are also on YouTube, so you can never miss an episode there, and as always, live on Twitch. With that being said, let's dive into some topics here. The first one is going to be Dead Space. I loved this game back in the day. Dead Space was it was a thriller, man. This game was amazing. And they announced not too long ago that they were going to do a remake, and as far as we know, the latest on it is the Dead Space remake for next gen was pushed back to early 2023. I don't know how early, but early 2023. Look out for Dead Space. Now, in the state of play, we had some decent announcements. Actually, before I get to the state of play, shout out to Buttersworth for being in the chat. I'm so amped for Dead Space. It is long overdue. You are absolutely correct. This game is incredible. I wish they would make a new installment. But I'll take the remake because Dead Space 1 and 2 were just phenomenal games, and I can't wait to go back into that world. I remember when I played that game for the first time, I would play it in the dark. It's kind of like how I played Resident Evil 2 back in the day. I would play that game in the dark. I would immerse myself in the world. And Dead Space is a very, very dark game. You're crawling around, corridors of like a space station and ships that has no power and whatnot, and just all kinds of aliens and monsters. Or what, you turn a corner and some shit's jumping in your face. So the game is a lot of fun. I also want to give a shout out to Steven on Facebook, in our Facebook group. He's diving into Gran Turismo 7, and he is providing us with a screenshot, which at first when I looked at it, I thought this was a real picture. This is a screenshot from him playing Gran Turismo 7, which by the way just came out, which is a heavy hitter for PlayStation. Obviously, Xbox has Forza, which also looks great. But there's always something about Gran Turismo. It pushes every boundary possible as far as, graphical power that the current generation can handle. It's hard to tell when it's a game and when it's, like I said, a normal picture. This looks like it's straight out of, a magazine. And this is Gran Turismo 7. Now, I'm not usually in the last Gran Turismo I played was 3 because it came on my PlayStation as a bundle, my PlayStation 3 back in the day. I played it, but I'm not too crazy about racing simulators. As great as the game looks, I'm just never, into it. But it doesn't mean I'm not into racing in general. Like I can rock Need for Speed because it has, some sort of story. It might not be a great story, but it gives me a reason to want to go race. Where especially back in the day with Need for Speed Underground, me and the boys would just do drag racing with our souped up cars. And back then, you could bring over a memory card that had all your cars souped up, saved. You plug it into your buddy's PlayStation 2, and you can race your car versus his car, and we would have drag race tournaments with all our souped up cars. It was so much fun. Butterverse says, I love how long it took to make Gran Turismo. They always make it better than the last game. Gran Turismo at this point comes out once a generation, and when it comes out, it, like I said, pushes the graphical power of that current console to the max of its ability. It looks fantastic every time. And yeah, so I do like racing games. The racing simulator I'm not too big on. But like I said, it doesn't take away from the fact that the game looks incredible, and shout out for Steve for providing us with the dope screenshot from his gameplay. So thank you for that. The state of play was kind of you know, it had some solid announcements, but it didn't show us anything too new, too interesting. It was focused more on the Japanese developers, and we didn't get any big heavy hitting announcements. But with that being said, Forspoken was delayed till October, which in my opinion is fine, because I'd rather the game be right. I'd rather the game be as bug free as it could be, because this is another PlayStation exclusive that has potential if they don't screw it up, because the story looks interesting. Your character's power sets look interesting. The game looks, as far as the world goes, it looks cool. It looks, you know, very fantasy like. It seems like you're being stripped out of the real world and thrown into this fantasy world, and you gotta take on all the enemies that they throw at you, however the story guides you. But it seems very fast paced, which I like. It's a lot of quick movements, and you're getting aerial, jumping from cliff to cliff and whatever. So I'm excited for this game for sure. And for them to push it back to October, that's fine. Just as long as the game's right, it's good. It's good in my opinion. The next pretty big announcement, I would say, comes from Returnal. Returnal Ascension is dropping, when was that? March 22nd. This is a DLC to the Returnal main game. They're adding a new survival mode, which it could be interesting. I haven't played this game yet, so I don't really know how the world is. So a survival game in this world, from what I've seen, could be cool. If you've played the game, let me know what you think about it. I hear a lot of mixed things, but the biggest announcement for me about this free DLC, by the way, this will be a free update DLC, is they're adding co-op to the campaign. This makes this game more intriguing for me to try out, for me to have a partner in crime to jump into this game. So this is coming March 22nd. We've already had some big releases come this month, and this is just going to add to it. Elden Ring. I'll just throw this monster up again. Apparently this game takes 30 hours to beat. Somebody already speed ran this game in 37 minutes. Tell me how that's even possible. Is this Mario? Is this Super Mario Brothers, where you're just hitting the right pipe to jump levels and get to the end? Is that how they're doing this? They're skipping right to the boss fight and somehow beating it without leveling up. I don't get how they're beating a 30-hour game in 37 minutes. But it's been done. Somebody's done it. It's on recorded. It's there, but that's crazy, because apparently this is one of the hardest From Software games ever. So that's saying a lot when it's coming from Software gamers, because they know all about it. But it's called Having No It's crazy. It's crazy. The next thing has me so frigging excited. I can't even tell you, chat. Like, let me just say, this announcement was a surprise to me. They are offering, this is called the Cowabunga Collection. It is going to cost $39.99. It's coming out on all platforms. This is a day one purchase for me. From my understanding, the arcade game, the Turtles in Time game, and Hyperstone Heist from the Sega version, which is basically Turtles in Time Sega version. Those are going to be online co-op, so you can play with your boys. This game is going to be like you're literally getting all the Ninja Turtle games that have come out. All the Ninja Turtle games that's come out thus far, you're getting this collection. It's dropping at some point in 2022. As I just told you, you're getting Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Arcade. You are getting Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Turtles in Time Arcade version. You are getting Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles NES. That's the first game in the NES. You're getting Turtles 2, the arcade game, NES version. You are getting Turtles 3, the Manhattan Project, the NES version. You are getting Turtles Tournament Fighters, the NES version. You are getting Ninja Turtles 4, Turtles in Time, the Super NES version. You are getting Ninja Turtles Tournament Fighters, the Super NES version. You are getting the Hyperstone Heist, the Sega Genesis version. You are getting Tournament Fighters, the Sega Genesis version. You are getting Fall of the Foot Clan, the Game Boy version. You are getting Turtles 2 Back from the Sewers, the Game Boy version. You are getting Turtles 3 Radical Rescue, the Game Boy version. You are getting so many games in this collection from your childhood, from my childhood, from our childhood. And I cannot wait. And then after we play all these games again and relive these old school vibes, we have Shredder's Revenge coming. And that is a new installment that's going to be based off of these old school graphics. It's going to be a 2D game, just like you see on the screen now. And it's going to be 4-player co-op. So the more turtles you throw at me, the more I'm taking it. Give me all of it. I'm so excited for this. We need a challenge on who can beat the NES version, because I've only done it once. Everyone is going to fail the water level. It's going to take a lot of time for people to not have a continue. Well, actually, these are going to have a rewind feature, which is gonna, I guess, allow you to rewind if all your turtles die in the water. You can rewind it and start it over again. We didn't have that luxury in the NES. If you lost all your turtles, you were starting the game over. So I imagine it's going to be somewhat easier because you could just keep trying and trying and trying and trying, obviously. But I'm dreading playing that water. That second, and the water level is the second level, and it would knock you out. I think I've only gotten past that a few times. I've beaten the arcade game, which was the next installment. Turtles 1, I don't remember if I've ever beaten it, because I don't remember. There was a handful of times that I made it out of the water, got into the van on top of the dam or whatever that was, and the next level I would just get beat down because I had like one turtle left or something. Like, the game is hard. That's crap. Suck it up. Hey, I'm down. I'm up for the challenge. I'm not saying I'm not. I'm just saying, I remember the pain in Turtles 1 on NES, so it'll be a good time to relive that torture. But as far as the arcade version, that is going to be co-op. Turtles in Time will be co-op, and Hyperstone will be co-op. I think one of the tournament fighters. So it's going to be a lot of fun. We should have a good time with it. And I'm down to play with anyone in Gen Nation. If you are thinking of getting this and you want some help, you want a companion, you want an extra fighter to help you through these missions, as I would like an extra fighter to help me through these missions. So it's gonna be a good time. I cannot wait for this. This is the Cowabunga Collection coming at some point 2022, and we have Shredder's Revenge coming at some point 2022. I can't imagine them dropping both of these at the same time. I would think the Cowabunga comes first, gets you hyped, and then boom, they drop Shredder's Revenge. I'm so getting this. Yes, absolutely. So, Spartacris says, can't wait to listen later at a party right now, so I can't stay. Kill it. You got it, my man. Appreciate you stopping by. I will do my best. So yeah, this is coming soon. Now, the next topic is the next topic, I would say, gaming in 2022 is going to be incredible. We've already had major releases, and we still have major releases coming. 2022 is probably the biggest gaming year we've had in a long time. Think about it. We've already had Sifu drop. We've had I have a list somewhere. Can't. All right, so we've had the new Pokemon come out, which is a major drop. We've had Sifu, we've had Horizon, we've had I think Forza Horizon came out, if I'm not mistaken, early this year. Could be wrong on that. But we have Marvel Midnight Suns coming, which I'm not entirely sold on, but it's coming. We have Lord of the Rings Gollum coming. We have Breath of the Wild 2 coming on Switch. We have Lego Star Wars coming. We had Kirby drop already. I said Forbidden West. We have Hogwarts Legacy coming. We had Gran Turismo 7 drop recently, as we've talked about. We have Gotham Knights coming, which is going to, if you've watched the Batman movie and got the hints of the Court of Owls, this game is going to dive into the Court of Owls with the Bat family. The game's going to be about, Batman's death and the Bat family coming together. We have God of War Ragnarok dropping this year. We have Ghostwire Tokyo dropping this year. We have Forspoken dropping this year. We had Elden Ring drop already. We have Dying Light 2, which dropped already. There's a Dune game coming out. What else we got? I believe Hellblade 2 is dropping. I think I just mentioned Elden Ring. But yeah, Elden Ring already came out. We have a new Sonic game coming out. Splatoon 3, if you're into that. We have Stray. We have the new Suicide Squad game, Kill the Justice League. We have Shredder's Revenge, as I mentioned. We have this Cowabunga Collection coming. We have Tiny Tina's Wonderlands, which is a Borderlands installment. We have Warhammer 3. I mean, there's a boatload of heavy hitting games coming out in 2022. And some has already come out. So strap in, everyone, because this is probably going to be the best gaming year we've had in a long time. Year one of new generations are usually slow. You know, they have a couple launch titles and then the rest of the year just kind of coasts. Now we're getting into the nitty gritty, where Xbox is going to pump out their exclusives. We got a lot of PlayStation exclusives coming out. The Switch dropped, you know, Kirby, and they have Breath of the Wild 2 coming out. There's a lot dropping. And there's probably stuff on the PC side that I completely even forgot to look into. Gaming. Oh yeah, we have Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 and Warzone 2. It's going to be a brand new Warzone built from the ground up, which I'm highly interested in, because I used to love Warzone and it just fell off for me. So there's a lot in gaming coming this year. This is one of the biggest gaming years we've had in a long time, and I cannot wait. I cannot wait. Now we're going to dive into some entertainment topics. Now, I would say the biggest. You know what? This is what we're gonna do. Where is it? Am I not finding it? I can't find it.
Twitter and whatever, you know.
Oh God, no! Stop it! Stop it, John! Stop. Moon Knight. So we had Moon Knight drop a new trailer. It's kind of like a featurette. It was a featurette. There we go. Which kind of gives you a new look on how he like forms into the Moon Knight. You know what I mean? You see like the mummification kind of wrap around his face. It's really cool, and it kind of breaks down who Ethan Hawke's character is. So if you haven't watched that trailer, I highly suggest you checking it out. It's very cool. And this comes out I think at the end of the month. This comes out at the end of the month, I believe. So this is the next big show for us on Disney Plus. And then April. Yeah, so this comes out at the end of the month, and then in April we have Morbius, we have this show, and then this will lead us into May, where I believe we have Obi-Wan coming out, and Doctor Strange. I think Doctor Strange is a May movie, if I'm not mistaken. I'm drawing a blank on when that comes out, but Moon Knight's gonna be the first one coming. That's gonna kind of hold us over till all these movies start dropping, and you know, bridge the gap into some Star Wars and into the big MCU movies. So that is coming at the end of the month, and the new trailer is out, so check it out. Now, with that being said, some big Star Wars news comes out, and I'm just gonna put this right here. Obi-Wan Kenobi. They finally released a teaser trailer. Moonlight looks so good. Absolutely, Mr. Buttersworth. Doctor Strange leak. There will be a few major deaths in this movie. I would imagine the major deaths come from surprise cameos. It would make sense to kill off major characters if they are cameos from other universes. And it'll kind of close the chapter of those characters, and we won't see them moving forward. We would see a variant of them, if that makes sense. That would be my take on it. I can't see them killing off, Wanda. That would be ridiculous if they did, in my opinion. But can't see them. Doctor Strange is basically the leader. Is the only one left who's like taking the leadership role as far as whatever the Avengers are at this point, which is pretty much nothing. So all we really have is the Avengers, is Doctor Strange. So I highly doubt he's dying in his own movie, but we'll see. Obi-Wan. Now, this trailer teased a lot. It showed a decent amount. And what's funny about what it showed is, if you've never played Fallen Order, if you've never played Jedi Fallen Order, you might not know who Inquisitors are. They are... they look like they could have some better costumes, I'm not gonna lie. But they still look badass. And seeing the Grand Inquisitor and his, the other Inquisitors in live action is awesome. I cannot wait. I cannot wait to see them go out hunting. And we get the first look at, the spinny, the double-sided lightsaber that spins. Star Wars Rebels was where they were introduced. True. But again, we've never seen it in live action. So if you never watched Rebels or you never played Fallen Order, you don't know who the Inquisitors are. If you're just a casual, just movie watcher, live action watcher, you don't really know. And speaking of Fallen Order, there's rumors that our boy who's pictured, as you can see, Cal, if you played Fallen Order, Cal, who also acted as the Joker in the Gotham show, who was fantastic as the Joker in Gotham, in my opinion. He's a great actor. He was the main character in Fallen Order. He's kind of like one of the last Jedi out there, and you're trying to protect the younglings. You're trying to retrieve the holocron and keep it away from the Empire, keep it away from Vader. And according to Christian, who's reprising his role as Vader, he's saying that this is going to be the most powerful, the strongest Vader we've seen, which has me super excited. We're gonna see Vader pretty much bossing the Inquisitors around. Like, the Inquisitors are Vader's army. I'm halfway through the game, and it's one of my favorite, if not my favorite, Star Wars games of all time, with the Force Unleashed. The game's incredible, but we might see Cal in this And I would hope that obviously they bring in the real actor to do it because it just fits, and he's a great actor. We may see him at some point in Obi-Wan. I wouldn't be surprised. Also, we may see Ahsoka, because as they established in Boba Fett, Ahsoka's been around for years. Ahsoka knows Anakin. Anakin's a family friend. I can see Obi-Wan and Ahsoka trying to reach Anakin in some way to pull him back. And obviously, he's full-blown Vader now. So I would look out for that. And also, what just was announced today, as far as I can tell, we are getting the Fallen Order guards. I'm not sure how or why, but it was announced or rumored that the Fallen Order guards are returning to the screen, and possibly Obi-Wan. I feel like that would make more sense in maybe Ahsoka, if Ahsoka's in current time, or in current Mando time. Oh no, I'm sorry. It wasn't Obi-Wan. It was Mandalorian season 3. Fallen Order guards are going to be in Mandalorian season 3. I don't know why. We might be seeing, the start. The start of the Fallen Order. The start of maybe we see Snoke. Maybe we get a Ben Solo reference at some point. Joining Luke, training and leaving. Who knows? But the Fallen Order guards are returning in Mandalorian season 3. This is what we're seeing at this point. But yeah, so if you haven't watched the Obi-Wan trailer, I highly suggest you do so, because you are getting Tatooine again. But you're seeing young Luke practice pod racing. It would make sense because Grogu starts his training. If you watch Boba Fett, that kind of changes. But yes, Luke is starting his school, and Grogu was kind of the start of pushing him to do the schooling. But you see young Luke, you see the Inquisitors, you hear Vader's voice. There's a lot. This is only a limited series. I think we're only getting 7 episodes, maybe 8 if we're lucky. Kind of seems on par of what we've been getting. But this is going to be a phenomenal series, and I can't wait for it. I cannot wait for it. The First Order, not Fallen Order. The First Order, the Praetorian Guards. They are coming. Mando season 3. So, with that being said, we have a brief announcement. The Batman is crushing it at the box office. And why wouldn't it? It's the Batman. It could be a shit movie and it's gonna crush at the box office. But it's deserving, in my opinion. I would love to really do a deep dive, and I may have Wade Pool at some point join me, and we really dive into our thoughts. Because if you missed it Tuesday, the train wreck Buttersworth was referring to was this. And this is only part of it. This is only part of it. Let me do this real quick.
I mean, he's worked with Gordon before.
This is hypocrisy. To your point, in The Dark Knight, we never once saw him and Gordon go investigate.
This is our train wreck.
We saw them talk and be friends, but we never saw them actually go and find it.
We argued the whole time.
When they hatched the entire plan where Gordon pretends to die, and then the Joker.
Where did we? So you're excited. You're downplaying the one scene of him actually doing detective work in The Dark Knight, but we're okay with we're upplaying the fact that he never went into a building and was searching for clues.
The difference is that I admitted that he did some very minor detective work in The Dark Knight. You're saying that we've never seen them.
I had a coworker. Who's seen the movie, who loved it and had a very similar opinion to me and Wade. Watch The Theater Room. Now, it says episode 31, so if you look for it on YouTube, it's episode 31. It's supposed to be episode 32 of The Theater Room. We, I want to say we dove, deep into the movie, but a lot of it was just us arguing about random points and Spartacris's love for Robin and the lack of Robin in Batman. Which we all kind of joked on, but my coworker is like, that dude Chris had some terrible hot takes about this movie, which I found funny. But yeah, the train wreck is all of us arguing,
which is false.
We've never seen them work together. We've never seen it. We heard it.
The whole trilogy was them working together.
Yeah, I don't know. Bro.
Not like in this. Not like.
So we're basically just arguing about, Commissioner Gordon, and that was like a couple minutes of an hour and a half long podcast about the Batman. It was the first one we had all 5 members, in one pod. Discussing the movie and whatnot. So it was a good time. If you've seen the Batman, I suggest you looking up The Theater Room. It'll be on the podcast. It's already on the podcast channels, and on YouTube it's missed, which I should have Chris fix it. It's supposed to be episode 32, but it's marked as 31 on YouTube. The Theater Room was a good time. We were just going back and forth, and it was a train wreck, and I wasn't able to fully discuss the things that I loved about the movie and the things that I didn't like about the movie. And I don't want to do it here in case no one seen the movie who's currently listening or who will listen. I want to have a separate, video, separate podcast, possibly, and I think I'm going to ask him, Wade Pool, and me and him will really dive into. That was the best one shot, not saying a word, but his facial expressions, his artwork, this was basically Chris and John versus me and Wade, and it turned into me, John, and Wade against Chris. And it was just like, it was incredible. It was a great episode, full of drama, full of suspense, full of shenanigans. It was a train wreck. And you should truly check it out if you've seen the Batman. If not, watch the movie, come back, check it out, because it's full of spoilers. But with that being said, I want to talk more about it, and I think I'm going to have Wade join me, and we'll really dive into, our favorite things about the movie and the stuff we didn't like, so we can really flesh out how comic accurate this movie was. And I'm not going to pretend to know all the comics, because I don't, but Wade does, and I would love to see him really break it down So that will be coming soon, I hope. I'm throwing him on the spot right now and requesting Wade's assistance on the next Batman breakdown. But yes, check out the theater room. It was a lot of fun. And the Batman is crushing it in the box office, as it should. It is currently sitting as my second favorite Batman movie. The Dark Knight is my first, but The Dark Knight is my first for the Joker, where, you know, the Batman was more of a Batman movie, where The Dark Knight was more of a Joker movie. And I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what the final, numbers are, but it's going to continue to do well in the box office. And yeah, I can't with the. Oh, also, the Rotel. If you've seen the movie, there was a URL that they put out in that movie. It was like linked to the Riddler's plans or whatever. That URL is live and it just loaded. If you go to it, it'll send you all the evidence that was in the movie, so you can actually look through all the evidence. And apparently there's evidence that points to leaks that kind of points to where the Batman 2 is heading. I haven't had a chance to really look at it, but apparently there's clues and stuff in there that's gonna kind of give away, what's to come in the Batman 2. So check that out if you can. And the last thing I just want to mention is The Boys. The Boys Season 3 is coming. We finally have a date. It's June 3rd. I have not seen the trailer yet. I was going to do a quick reaction to the Boys trailer. Spoiler, it's pointing to the Joker. It might not be. I think it's gonna point more to the Arkhams and the Court of Owls. But we'll see. We'll see. Because Riddler's plans is to destroy all the corruption in Gotham. And it starts with the Arkhams and the Waynes and the police. But The Boys. We've been waiting for a trailer for The Boys for a long time. I'm not going to watch the trailer during this pod to avoid, copyright issues with it. However, I will do a short reaction to it once I'm done. I'm going to stay live on the channel when this podcast is over. I'm going to do a closing. I'll cut the recording and then we'll start the recording right back up. I'll stay live and we'll do a quick reaction to the trailer itself. But the new season's coming. It's coming June 3rd. We have some time. So with that being said, I think starting next week, I'm going to do a rewatch. I'm going to do a rewatch of season 1 and season 2. And hopefully it leads us up and we line it up. Yeah, I think I'm going to do like every Sunday. I'll say every weekend because it might be on a Saturday. So we'll see. But I'm going to do a rewatch of season 1, season 2, and lead us up into season 3. These watch parties will be live on Twitch. For you to be able to join me and watch it, you will have to have Amazon Prime. If you don't have Amazon Prime, you're going to miss out on The Boys anyway. If you do have Amazon Prime and you are on Twitch, or you want to join the watch party on Twitch, You got to create a Twitch account. If you have one already, you link that Twitch account to your Amazon Prime account, and you will be able to watch the show with us live. So stay tuned for an announcement of when I'm going to do the first episode. And yes, I've never seen it, but I read the books. So Mr. Buttersworth, I would recommend you join the watch party then. Make sure your account is linked to your Amazon Prime if you have it. And it's going to start next weekend. So we'll start with episode 1. We may even do 2 episodes. I got to kind of like map out how long it's going to take us to get through it. This way we can start with episode 1 of season 3. And we'll do a watch party on that as well. And just watch a whole new season that way. We might go every Sunday for the new season or something like that. But I'm gonna break it down, so we may have to do 2 episodes a weekend or something like that to kind of make us get in line. But I'll work it out. I'll announce it on Facebook, and we'll have the watch party for the boys, and it'll get us right up to season 3. And yeah, I think that's going to do it with episode 3 of the Multiversal podcast. I appreciate everybody coming through. Spartacris, Buttersworth, everybody lurking, I see you. If you are listening on our podcast channels, I appreciate every single one of you. I see you out there. Don't think we don't see you. We see you listening. So thank you very much. If you're not listening on our podcast channels and would like to, we are on all major channels, all major podcast apps. Search for GGEN and we'll pop up. There will be links probably in the description, as well as on our Facebook group page. Also, thank you to the YouTubers. Make sure you hit that subscribe button if you haven't. Like the video. This will be the video will be up later this afternoon, hopefully. And yeah, and then shortly after that we'll have the podcast. So thank you to all the YouTubers. If you want me to answer a question on the next episode, throw a comment on the video, and I'll try to answer what I can. Episode 4 will not be next week. It'll be the week after, as this is a bi-weekly show, and it's gonna heavily focus on what's coming out in April. So we'll kind of we'll go through the entertainment news get up to date on that, and then really dive into the gaming news and what's to come in the month of April. And we may even have Spartacris join us in that one, so we'll see. But yes, thank you to everybody listening on Twitch. Don't go anywhere. I'm going to stop this recording. This is episode 3 of the Multiversal podcast. Hit that follow button on the way out. Hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button. Follow us on podcasts. Don't forget, we got merch, and shout out to No Illusions. No Illusions is a buddy of mine, and he's providing us with the music in this episode. So thank you. He's a phenomenal beat maker, and the dude's doing big things. So shout out to Noel, and his albums are on Spotify right now if you would like to check them out. That's No Illusions. So with that being said, episode 3 is done. Appreciate you all, Gen Nation. Peace.